Ladies and gentlemen, Usher Raymond.
Really, the Raymond? I didn't get that over yet.
I mean, that's right. Ebro in the morning, Rosenberg, Laura Styles. I've known this guy like that.
Thank God that he didn't put the fourth in there, right?
Yeah. No, I'll get you that too.
How long have you known this guy?
He doesn't even remember this, but in the year had to be 1991. Yeah, maybe 90. You were recording in Sacramento, California. You just got signed to L.A. Reid.
Wow, you getting ready to take us all the way back.
You was just in your first recording process, and a friend of mine was my brother Brian Morgan.
Yeah.
And you was at the house, and that was when I used to smoke a lot of weed.
I was about to say, yo, wait a minute. There's a reason why y'all don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. You remember that part of the story.
Yeah, I used to smoke a lot of weed.
I was sober. Yeah, that's the only time that I mean, actually, this is how you get acclimated to being an artist. Like, you come into a house and it's a table full of weed. I'm like, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And were you how old were you?
I just left
15, 16, 15.
I basically just left the church.
Yeah.
And here I am in Sacramento.
Well, L.A. Reid had called my boy Brian at the time.
It
was like, yo, I know you guys smoke weed. I know I need you guys to chill. So we used to go over there, make records, play the drums, make all types of things, songwriting, all that.
What role was Ebro in that, by the way? He
just throws. I was nice on the drums. I was nice.
You play drums? What records do you play drums on?
None. Okay. Because they would always take my reference off and actually put someone good.
You really did a reference though?
I've done a lot of things. But anyway, we had to stop. We had to stop smoking when Usher was there.
Oh, good. That's nice.
I was like, yo, fuck this dude, man. What the fuck is this? Oh, 15-year-old about to be superstar.
This is Think of You, Usher?
Nah, this is like Call Me Your Mac, Usher.
Yeah.
That's before Think of You?
This is before all of it, man.
Early.
And by the way, he was like one of the first producers that like I worked with, but we didn't get a chance to make much more of it. And that we ended up putting that that song on the album, but it was called Crazy. Remember that?
Crazy.
And I remember having such a connection. As a matter of fact, part of the reason that I even started picking up the bass was because of a song that he did for SWV.
Rain.
Yes, yeah, right. So
because Oscar Pistorius, who played in this jazz band called The Weather Report, that's what the sample was. Sorry, I had to drop that.
What's his name?
Or not Oscar Pistorius, Jocko.
I'm about to say that. I was about to
whoops, wrong name. But anyway, played in a band called The Weather Report. And that's where that bass line comes from.
That's right. That's right. So nah, but I really it's really cool to be in the position where you can just be, I guess, free, right? On tour. I'm getting ready to put out an album, but I'm not going on tour because I'm putting out an album. I'm actually able to just go out and just kind of live in those moments. Like, I forgot about that, but that's the best part about being in this shit 20 years.
Yeah.
Because it's like all these gems, these jewels that drop out. Like, people haven't heard that song since then, but I'll be able to perform a little bit of it and even give a little bit of the story about how it happened. The You Are Experience Tour is all about my entire journey. 20 years of music, and I'm going to give it to them in a way that feels personal. It's not me selling something. I mean, far too often I done came to these shows and shit, and I'm sitting here trying to sell something. I got an album. Yo, I need you to do it. No, I'm just here chilling. I'm having a good time enjoying what I do.
Yeah, we didn't. When they were like, Usher wants to come by, we were like, why? What's happening? We just got a new song.
No, we in a hall. He's like, so what are you promoting? I'm like, I ain't really promoting
I
nothing.
just came to hang out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the tour, but I mean, just in a good place, man. I always feel at home too. I always feel like right at home when I'm here.
Yeah, it's family.
Yeah.
So, God, I don't know where to start with. You have a place you want to start? I don't want to mess you up.
Look, there's the stuff that's happening right now, which is these young boys is trying to take you out, my G. Let's just get right to it.
Oh, God.
Chris Brown's our family. He's your boy too. All right. Listen, he got disrespectful and thought he was about to beat you in a dance off. I heard over the weekend at the iHeart Festival. There's a couple things I want to address here. First and foremost, I heard he did not beat you. That's the rumor. The rumor is you beat Chris Brown in a dance-off, and he got upset and trashed his dressing room. He probably didn't trash his dressing room. Somebody's probably throwing that extra in there. But is that true or false?
That's false.
So there was no dance-off.
There was no trashing of the
dressing
rooms.
But there was a dance-off.
No, and you can't really consider 2 Counts of 8 a dance-off. We were just enjoying our record together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And New Flame is kind of what, goes with me burning the shoes. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
What is it with this burning the shoes business?
Well, this guy right here, we might listen. Is anybody from the federal government here? Because I want him to be checked. He might be from some sort of terrorist organization. When you start burning Jordans, man, we got to start checking your passport.
No, they put you on no-fly list for that. You can't just burn Jordan.
No flight list. Nice.
No flies on it.
No flights.
Oh yeah, no flight.
No flights on good. Nah, but for real, you know, it was just something cool to do. You know what I mean? It's like Jimi Hendrix lit his fender. You know,
my man, you burned Jordan.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You got it like that where you could just burn
it's
Jordan?
Not about.
Yes, he does. Let me answer for him. Yes, he does.
Were these OGs or were these like
ones?
These was OGs. These was like.
This wasn't a.
Yeah, it was. But now, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was part of the moment. You know what I mean? Like, just like Jimi Hendrix. You know, he burned his guitar. So
that was probably always like a replica joint. He probably still had his other joint in the back.
Nah.
You questioning the rock star of Jimi Hendrix
I'm questioning everything right now. So there was an 8-count dance off and you burnt the Jordans.
I don't think it was a dance off. It was not a dance off. You know, he took. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So we came out and we rocked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess.
Can you destroy Chris Brown in a toe-to-toe dance off? Yes or no?
Well, why would I have to?
If your life,
because he already knows what time it is what you're saying, right?
No, I'm
Chris
not saying
Brown,
none
he
of
up
that.
here talking greasy.
I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is, no, we've been talking about dancing and performing together for many, many years, and I think more than often people kind of, you know, really rally that. But you know, in essence, to me, when I think of Chris, and I think about how I was with Michael, right? The chance that I got to dance on the stage with Michael before he passed.
That's where I wanted to go next.
Was like one of the greatest moments in my career.
Which moment was? When was that exactly?
That was here in New York City, at the 30-year anniversary of the Jackson 5.
At the Garden.
That's right, at the Garden. Performed there. It was kind of an impromptu moment. David Guest came backstage and said, "Yo, you want to go on stage with Mike?" I'm like, "Right now?" And they're like, "Yeah, right now. He wants you to come on stage with him and perform." So I walked out there and we danced and it was cool. Same thing with Chris. The only difference is we did a record together. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that kind of, to me, that felt like that moment.
But he did just put himself in Mike's place in relation to Chris Brown.
Hold on now.
Chris, you see what's happening. You see what's happening.
How he just made himself Michael like that?
You saw that?
No. Actually, I didn't make myself Michael. He made me Michael. Actually, he said I was Michael Jordan.
Who said this?
Chris did?
Yeah, he did.
Well, when Michael Jordan finds out you burning his sneakers, he gonna come see you.
You got everyone call you Michael. What you want to say about Mike Tyson real quick?
I don't have nothing to say about Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, nobody. Nah, but I think, man, press is always trying to make something more than what it is.
True.
You know, the young boy is dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That, and in terms of what he's been able to do with the trend that was set, you know, I feel like I was kind of a pioneer of it. And, you know, hey, man, I think that he's a great performer, which is part of the reason why I've had so much respect for him throughout his entire career and wanted to work with him. And, you know, we're going to do more things together. If there is an opportunity for us to dance together, it'll probably be doing the UR experience. So stay tuned.
Hello, talk about it. What was your relationship like?
How's that professional? That's straight up.
You just straight up turned it into promo. He said it was a great promo.
Bro, come on, that's straightforward.
Look, I'm looking for a dance off.
Come on, man.
So, listen. Where did the relationship with Michael start? Take us back before that. When did you first get to meet him?
The first time I met Michael, at Giant Stadium, and I forget what event it was, but he was performing. I came out on stage. Everybody was there. It was Bruce Springsteen, Mariah Carey, all of these different people, and that was the first time that we met. After that, you know, from time to time, I get a call from him, and you know, when Michael Jackson calls, right, you know, it's somebody's on the line. Right?
When you look at your phone, instead of a number, is it just like flashing red lights and crazy things happening on it?
Crazy code?
No. I didn't have him on speed dial, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when he reaches out, you know, he'd reach out, somebody would be on the line. And it'd be real quick.
Michael Jackson wants to speak to you?
Yeah. Is that what happens?
That's exactly how it happens. But it's like a sultan or something like that that's doing it. So I'm like, okay, this is yada yada from yada yada, and okay, put him on the line. Hey man, how you doing? She talking. What's up, man? How you doing? What up, man? How you doing? You good?
See,
Hey,
hold on. It's funny that you said that.
Told you.
We have a very important thing to talk about here.
Yeah.
Ebro tells a story about Michael Jackson.
With Brian Morgan trying to get the clearance for a sample where he used
For
Michael
Right Here,
Jackson.
Human Nature, for the SWV
Yes.
Right Here, Human Nature record,
Right.
right? So Brian Morgan had the relationship with Michael over that clearance. So occasionally they would talk. And one day he said to Ebro, you want to call Mike and tell the world what Michael Jackson said.
Mike pick up the phone in Mike voice because he was like, yeah, you know, Mike. He was like, yo, what's up, my nigga?
And I just found that, when I heard, I'm like, Michael dropped the N-bomb like on the reg?
Of course.
See, I told you.
He's cool.
Yo, here's the thing. They always think I'm lying about
Mike
some
was
of my
cool.
story.
Yo, Mike was cool. Mike could. You can't stick around and understand this game and not have it. Like, come on, man.
Like he knew how to talk to
and
everyone.
he's from Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Let's
Come
not
on,
forget
man.
that.
Yeah, they just an extremely private family and have always been.
But
And you know what's great about them is that they preserved mystique. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of what we all aspire to be, they lived it. They were it. They are it. They are the measure for it. And that don't exist.
Explain what you mean when you say that. Like, because I know people now with all social media and access that everyone has.
Everybody has access. Everybody sees everything. Everybody is connected. So therefore, nothing is important. You know, the moment you see something, it's out of your mind before you know it because there's something else to see. You know, even bad news, I mean, if it's extremely bad, you know, okay, we'll talk about it. But a week goes by, we're on to the next thing.
Ferguson, nobody talking about this, you know.
We're on to the next thing.
are you extremely social? Like I feel like you're not overly saturated. You don't oversaturate.
I don't try to be extremely social in that way, you know.
Yeah, digitally social.
Have too much. What I do is I offer people an experience into my world, just a look, a glimpse into my world. I don't make it a daily thing. I'll put things on my IG that's just funny, you know what I mean, or something that I was doing. If I'm celebrating at my house, if I'm chilling, I make it personal sometimes. Sometimes it'll just be me on stage. Sometimes it'll be a photo. Sometimes I'm getting ready to go, you know, do something. I'll take a picture, you know. Yo, what y'all think about this? But Michael and them, they didn't do none of that shit. They didn't let you see anything. You're now just seeing photos from 30 years ago, and they've been hidden all this time. So
do you miss that part of it though?
The mystique,
the true
of this?
superstar mystique that there used to be.
I mean, yes and no, because the honesty that comes from being able to touch and know your celebrity, know your artist, and know who's real and who's not. Rather, you can, you know, really focus on it or care to focus on it. I'm cool with that. And by the way, if I was locked up in the mystique, then I'd be dying, because that's kind of an old paradigm. People want access. They want to be able to be connected. Social media is intended to give you more information. How you choose to use it is really on you.
Last Michael question, at least for me, was You Don't Have to Call, for I believe Pharrell told me a long time ago that You Don't Have to Call was originally a Michael record.
It definitely felt like it, and we know that mostly everything that Pharrell does has some remnants of Michael in it.
I mean,
I don't know that to be true.
That era, it was the Timberlake album, and a couple of the records for you was a lot of stuff that he was making in that period.
I borrow from Mike every time I'm at the microphone.
Ebro in the morning, Usher's here.
Yeah.
Taking over the program. I think at this point on the program, we just keep playing Usher music. Just
why not? He's got a lot of hits, man.
Just keep going.
We just getting them ready for the UR experience.
When does that take place? This tour you talking
Madison Square Garden. When are we here?
November 7th.
November 7th.
Yo, and big up to you and your team, and the label gave us tons of tickets to give away to the people. So we've been having Usher weekends.
Yep.
We've been
we've
going
been giving
ham
away all the
with it.
time. Have you spoken to August Alsina? Have you checked up on him?
Yeah, just talked to him last night. He was at the house. We was just kind of kicking it. I put some on. Like I said, sometimes I'll just randomly put little things up. He happened to be at the house last night. And just kind of, you know, just making sure he's okay, you know, and he's fine, perfectly in good health.
So he's going to be all set to kick off the tour.
Absolutely. You know, it's unfortunate that there's no manual to how to be prepared for success.
Right.
There's a lot of stress and strain that comes with it. And, you know, part of the reason that I really wanted him to be in that position is because I see him heading in a direction that could either go, you know, it could go bad or good, all depending on what he wants. And as long as I can give him information and be supportive of his growth, and also to be a real friend to him, then I think he'll definitely benefit from it. I'm putting him in front of an audience. He's bringing an audience as well. But I really have always been that mentor, even if I haven't said it. Maybe I ain't been the best salesperson. I don't come around and talk about all the shit that I do and all the people I put on and the things that I've been able to offer and how selfless I am, because I've been that way, because I am selfless. I want other people to be able to shine. I want people to have their own shit. I want people to be able to grow. So if you go all the way back to, Kanye West, when me and Mark Cheatham decided to put Kanye West on tour, that was a breaking moment for him. He could have went out with The Rock, but he went out with Usher. You know what I'm saying? And it was great. It worked for him. Same thing with Trey. Same thing with Miguel. And now it's August. Me and Chris, we talked about it a while, and I'm smiling because I know something that you don't, and I'm not
about
gonna
the
tell
competition between you and Chris Brown that y'all don't talk to us about.
I ain't telling you. So
Right.
just stay tuned.
Right, that's fair.
But
on that, you said preparation for the spotlight, right? And throughout your history, your 20 years in the game, we've watched you go through some things where I'm like, yo, this is your mom being your manager thing, right? Like that was, from the outside looking in, that's your mother, and at a certain point, it felt like, okay, mom, I'm my own man now. Like I need to go ahead and do my thing. That's your mother. You're always gonna take care of her, but it felt heavy from the outside looking in, right?
Yeah, that's life. You know what I mean? The natural progression is you got to get the fuck out your parents' house. And even though we have an incredible relationship and did in business, we kind of reached a point where we began to move in two different directions. She'd always and always will be supportive and have her view in support of me. If she feels like I'm not doing something right, she'll be the first person to hit me and be like, okay, they gonna tell you this, but this is what I feel, and this is what this is why I feel that way. But also one of my greatest supporters. And it might have been it may have been perceived as a hard moment because I didn't sit down and talk about it. I never really had the opportunity to do it and didn't want that. Maybe I was preserving my mystique. You know what I'm saying? Right. But and maybe that's part of why I've elected or chosen to do things the way that I'm doing them now, by going on the tour and not having an album out, because it's about you getting to know me again. Maybe us getting to know each other for the first time as a collective, for all of my audiences, all of the people that have come along for the journey. 20 years of music, it ain't just the same shit. It's many different genres, many different ideas, all of that. And I never got a chance to step outside of the preparation to be a great artist. Yeah, I know how to give interviews because I went through interview training. I did all of that shit. But now I'm just having fun, actually. Right. I'm just talking, having a good time, doing music, doing what I feel, enjoying music, picking up instruments, dancing, singing, whatever. I'm rocking out with my band.
But we've seen you go through a lot. Like just a second ago, talking about You Don't Have to Call.
Yeah.
Everybody automatically assumed that was about Chili at the time. Oh, he done broke up with Chili. They beefing. But, back then. And we looked at those things. And even with Burn, right? Burn came out. We automatically thought that had something to do with
what's odd?
Confessions.
I was just sitting in the kitchen with JD the other day, and we were talking about this. That, man, you kind of have to be careful what you wish for or you write. Because, in essence, if you're not living it, you begin to feel like you are. Or you go after it. I hadn't lived a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, and then it became a reality. We were dating. Now, how could I break up with the woman, put her in the video? Now, you know damn well if a girl mad at you and it's over, she ain't gonna be in your damn video.
Yeah. No way. But then it ended up playing itself out.
Right, but and that was kind of. She was my leading lady, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm cool with, there's all of these people out here, but that's my woman. So I put her in most of my videos. Mm-hmm. And look, Mr. X now had a vision of telling a story, you know what I'm saying, through each video. And they all tied together. Mm-hmm. We broke up around the end of it. And, hey, that just, it happened,
You don't have to call. Let's talk about the level that song is on for a second. That song it's a party song, but it's also like emo and as a guy relatable. Although I always remember thinking, because the whole concept is like you're breaking up or you're having your issues, like you don't have to call. Mm-hmm. And I always remember thinking my version of it would be like, you don't have to call. but I'd really prefer if you did.
And I'm
really
probably
wish you
gonna
did.
call you.
And I'm
Even
gonna call you if you don't.
30 times.
So you might as well call.
Yeah.
You were such a great coach on The Voice. You did 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then Josh Kaufman, he was a winner. So why would you quit? Why did you walk away?
Why did I quit?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really quit. I was signed on for 2 seasons.
So that's it. And you just didn't want to resign.
Well, no, actually, somebody else had already signed.
Oh, I see. I see.
So what they do is there's a cycle, you know.
Right.
And within negotiation range of what it is that we had in writing, that's what it was. And
And here comes Pharrell and Gwen Stefani.
yeah. They came. They were up next. Yeah.
It was pretty awesome though.
I won it too. You know what I'm saying? So I won. I don't know if I have to go back and prove
You're
it.
like, that's it. I won.
I mean, and that was hard. I mean, I have to say, if Adam didn't pass up on Josh, I wouldn't have won. I had some great contestants too, but man.
Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg, and Usher has taken over the program.
Yeah.
Give it up.
I mean, hey, he's a star.
Yo, he's having real talk with us too. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I know you outside, so but I didn't know what to expect when we sit down on the radio and have a conversation.
Yeah, because I ain't really have nothing to sell, right? I was talking about the tour a little bit, but
Yeah.
also too just kicking it, man. It's just I ain't really had the opportunity to sit down with you in a minute, y'all in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever had you here since I've been here.
Yeah.
Maybe did Angie, but I don't think.
Always with Angie.
But yeah, I don't think we have. And also, listen, I want to give you props for a second for your BET Awards performance.
Appreciate
that
it.
was. I mean, it was hard for me to see because I was in row X, but it was a phenomenal.
Rosenberg's life dream is to be accepted by black people and to make it on BET. He got invited to the BET Awards red carpet, then promptly got kicked off. Thought that he had good tickets, and they were in the last row.
It wasn't the last row. It was the last row with
It
Jace.
was row X.
It was row X. But anyways, your performance was amazing.
Nonetheless, you could hear it.
I could hear it. I could see it. I could kind of see it, and it was amazing. But I think Chris Rock had a joke that night about you having to defend young Justin Bieber, who's I defend quite a bit myself, because you and I have a friend in common with.
Because he's white.
No, it's because of Scooter. Scooter introduced me to Justin a long time ago.
Yeah.
And talk about the relationship with Justin and just how often you have to defend this kid.
I mean, I don't have to defend what's obviously there. We talked about this earlier. The fact that social media could be a great thing or a bad thing. This is obviously giving you a true glimpse into, his life, and also too, kind of the complications that comes with it. I really do wish that there was a manual that could be written about how to handle success, but there isn't. And some things you have to travel through. Some things you have to go through. And I'm really proud of where he is right now. People don't know and haven't seen him recently. And if you have and you've been disappointed in what you've seen, that's how you felt. What I know I'm looking at is a young man who, is finding his way. We all go through something to get to something. And he's in a real positive space right now.
I heard from a reliable source that after the whole incident went down with the N-word and blah, 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 that you spent some real quality time with him, that y'all actually sat and spent time together. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, we spend time together regardless.
Generally.
Yeah. Generally, whenever, I'm in Los Angeles, if he's there, we try to catch up. But hey, that's obviously water under the bridge, and really great to see the fact that he owned up to it in front of the world. It's something that
was heavy.
we are
heavy.
Right, but I mean, you got to be careful about the company you keep. He knows that, and he understands. But he's not a racist.
Of course not.
Nah.
And I have to say, I saw him in Los Angeles a little while ago, and I came back and told them the same thing. In my view, and granted,
You can't be out here judging racists.
No, I didn't say the racism part. I don't think he's racist, though. Of course not. But when I saw him, I said I thought he was in a good space. Like he seemed he seemed pretty together, and I've seen him in places where he wasn't.
When white people use the N-word and black people get upset, the black people that do get upset, because not all black people get upset about it. I'm one of them that do. It's not that we think that you're racist because you use the N-word. It's just a violation, and you need flag, penalty.
Right, you just need the flag to come out. You just want 15 yards.
15 yards, fam. Go sit down for a second. You're on top.
Hold on. Is there two kinds? Is there a 5 yard and a 15 yard?
There is.
There's a 5 yard and a 15 yard. I
Go sit
understand.
down for a second.
Maybe it's just a vivid reality of what
It's America. It's growing up in America. And we all listen. We all make racial jokes. Everybody from all walks of life, but not everybody's Justin Bieber,
and not everybody's from Canada and doesn't understand the culture.
That too.
So
it is an American construct. Let's talk about that. I mean, it's a different construct altogether.
I think after I had the conversation and the handling that I had with him when it happened, I think he understood.
Yeah.
The
video is old.
I think he completely understood where I was coming from as a black man looking at what I had to see. And
that sounds stern. I felt like I just got sent to my room just now. That sounded stern.
Yeah. Well, hey.
That's what real friendship is.
That's what real friendship is. Yeah.
How quickly did you know with Justin that this kid was like gonna be out of here?
Not right away. I think Scooter was more adamant than anyone that we needed to pay attention to him because he felt like he had something special. Scooter had conversations with, everybody. Akon. I think he had conversations with Neo. I think he had conversations with Justin Timberlake. But I think I won in the end because I had a clear vision of what I saw, and eventually I got it. They say success has a million fathers, and failure is an orphan. So it took me a few times. It took damn near my entire team to say, yo, you really need to talk to Scooter, because me and Scooter was going through some shit where we weren't cool because of something that had happened in Atlanta. And it was a little bit of Sherry Hughley, my best friend Keith, at the time, Tamika, I was married to Tamika, and also talking to Perry Reed. It was just a collective of a lot of people really forcing the issue, like, yo, you really should pay attention to this kid because I think that there's something there. And I happened to run into him, and my road manager, Terrence Carter, was like, the kid is here. So he came out, he was at JD's studio, and he wanted to sing for me. And I was like, I can't see you right now. I said, I'd like to meet your manager and then talk to him because I wanted to be legit. And hit Scooter up, and then we arranged the conversation, a meeting. I met him. And what I had to say is why it all happened. At the time, I think Scooter was really focused on, breaking his other acts.
Usher?
Yeah, Usher. And we were really trying to figure out how to manage the process. So me beginning to bring in, somewhat of the structure that I felt began to support Justin being in Atlanta and having someone to watch him, Ryan Aldred, who is all over the place. And he was my assistant at the time. I said, I want you to go work with him. So I gave my assistant to Justin. And, then, the rest is kind of history.
Man. Yo, Father Usher.
Father Usher, man, he does a lot.
I don't mean to be sound too serious. Am I sounding too serious?
No, that was really interesting. I've never heard the actual details of how that all came together before.
Yeah.
But were you two boys, right?
2 boys, yeah.
2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a father now, so we could relate now. I just had a daughter about 8 weeks. Why you gotta?
Because you think you're the father of the year.
I delivered my daughter.
You delivered his daughter by accident because
it wasn't an accident.
Oh, it wasn't an accident.
No,
it was a home birth.
No. It was an accident that I had to deliver her, but I was deliberate in my deliverance. But you're being a father and having 2 boys and working the schedule that you work. Talk about that balance. Like how is that? And now joint custody.
Yeah,
I'm sure that makes it even more of a planning.
Yeah, of course. When I'm working on tour, for instance, we have to support each other, you know what I mean, and be complimentary to what they need. And that is structure. And
it's not about you and Tamika no more. It's about them boys.
It's completely about the boys. Has always been about the boys from this point of, departure from a marriage. So, I don't have anything positive or negative to say about the process because every day is a learning process. Right. You're on a learning curve.
Take it day by day.
On a learning curve, on top of the fact that there's so many other tangibles and things that have come into play within her life, my life, the boy's life. I'm losing a little brother, big brother.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, a lot of things that have just happened. So we're always just kind of going back and forth trying to make sure that we stay on the right page.
It sucks sometimes, but I'm sure that loss that you guys all had to collectively deal with, in a way probably helped you and Tamika find some
it had to change the relationship somewhat. No?
common ground to actually be, functioning parents better?
But greater than just me and her being able to focus on our kids, which is what the priority is and will be, the entire family together as a collective
support system.
Yeah, had to get in place. So really happy to see my mom be able to understand her role, and maybe it become more clear of why there was a departure through business to become more personal, because I can have 1,000,001 managers. I can only have one mom, and they can only have one grandma. So, well, two, but I'm just saying.
Right.
You
on
understand
your
what I'm
side.
saying?
Yeah, that's right.
So the point is, it became more clear. Like, no, I need you to understand that this is the focus right now. Them being raised properly is important to me and you. It should be.
Right.
She got it.
Usher, how do you feel about Tamika doing reality television? Because you guys seem so private on her reality show. She turns up and she talks about
She's out
her
here?
family. Yeah,
I haven't watched it. I can't.
I've seen a couple
I can't
episodes.
watch these programs, my dude.
Do you ever see any of them?
And I've never seen it actually.
Okay.
And that's not to discredit what it is, but I unfortunately I really wish that I could comment on some of the things that I guess I've heard, because I understand how media works and how things can play out based off of everybody's interpretation of what they think. Hey, everybody's opinion is key, and everybody's opinion matters now online.
And on that, y'all know we know. Cause,
I haven't seen it though.
I was just gonna say, we obviously interview reality people up here. We know people on reality show. We know Mona Scott is a friend of the program, and we know people turn up for TV. So I don't know to what degree the things we're seeing of her personality on television is even her personality.
Yeah, and I
Stop lying, and no one in this room has even seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes.
God.
What?
I don't really watch much reality TV. I'm a snob. I know, I'm a snob.
That's her job, is to watch the reality
That's a good point.
shows.
If it's not on HBO or Showtime,
Oh, you just
AMC.
Yeah, House of Cards.
Yeah,
Or Netflix.
Netflix, yes.
House
True
of Cards.
Detective, gotta love that.
True Detective is amazing.
You watching Blacklist?
Am I watching? I'm trying to get into Blacklist, man.
He just tried
I
to.
just got in, man. I'm in.
What about
Yeah.
Game of Thrones? Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
Hell yeah! Without saying that, what?
Just because he burned Jordans doesn't mean he's not a full communist.
That's right.
He loves Game of Thrones. Okay.
He's a
What about
red-blooded American.
He has a movie coming out where you play boxer Sugar Ray Leonard with Robert De Niro, right?
That is correct.
When is that coming out?
Well, Robert De Niro plays Ray Arcel, which was Roberto Duran's trainer.
Hold on, you're doing a movie about
Roberto Duran.
whoo, and you play Sugar Ray in the Roberto Duran movie.
There you go.
When is this coming out?
Yeah.
Next year.
Choo, that's amazing.
You nice with your hands like that?
Yeah. I mean, if you playing Sugar Ray,
you gotta be nice.
You got
you
you
gotta
got nice legs too. You got to move around.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that's what he did. He moved. All right, switching gears completely. No, if you had to pick,
was that hate?
What'd she say?
Was that hate?
Who, Rosenberg?
Yeah, was that? That you weren't hating on Sugar, right?
Me?
Okay,
I was doing
cool.
the opposite.
Okay,
Sugar Ray's from
because some people say that
Sugar Ray's from Palmer Park, Maryland. That's not ever
absolutely, but some people say that Sugar ran. He never ran. He knew what he was
no,
doing.
but I'm just saying he was the fastest.
So fast.
He was the
Absolutely.
fastest.
Fast on his hands, fast on his feet.
I just recently went on a kick of watching middleweight 80s fights on YouTube.
Love that.
No, all of them are there. Hagler, every one of them.
Hagler Hearns too?
Oh my! No, I love Sugar Ray. What would you pick if you had to pick the Usher song of songs? We have a joke in my family when "Yeah" comes on that my cousin Ben, that he's ranked it. You know how we make the joke about white people having their jams? Usher, "Yeah" is my cousin Ben's number one. Wait for this, and he likes to party. Number one party.
He likes to party.
He likes to party. Don't let the fact that he's currently getting his PhD at Harvard have anything to do with that. Number one party jam of all time is Usher, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I think it's an argument to be made for its strength. Where would what are the biggest one? If you had to, the smash of smashes.
The smash of smashes.
I don't even. Usher's like, what is the smash of smashes? Me?
Yeah, I'm just saying because there's like 3 in mind.
Okay, well, let's get to the 3 first.
Okay.
You know I like to rank. You know white people like to rank shit. That's what we do.
1, I would say, is Lovers and Friends.
Ooh, tough.
Okay.
Tough.
The second will be Bad Girls.
Tough.
I totally disagree with this list.
You're crazy. Yo, Bad Girl comes on right now.
Body in anything.
Rosenberg.
To this day.
What's the last one?
To this day. I'd say, yeah, it's a definite.
You
Okay, so your top
just
three.
be honest. You agree with his list fully?
Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, I
Yeah's
would
not
question
on my
Yeah.
list.
I would question Yeah only because it was such a pop success.
See, but here's the thing.
So B-sides is my shit.
Usher,
Right.
Usher, let me jump in real quick.
All right, cool.
For those of you that don't know, Usher's black. He's a black man. He has pop success, right? He's huge. He's Usher. When it comes to the sounds in his ears and the things that he feels.
But I didn't even. But let's just be fair.
Is not that. I mean, it's tough, but Lovers and Friends.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You just went to the blackest of Usher
Bad
records.
Girl is what?
Bad Girls.
Amazing. But I did ask. In all fairness, I did ask smashes of smash. I asked smashy smash. I was talking about the smashers.
You know what I'll tell you? If you come to the show and you see how we go through it. Yeah is an automatic, right? But it represents a certain thing.
Right.
The
Of course.
same way that DJ Got Us Falling in Love is a very specific thing.
Yeah.
Fire.
But it's pop, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But then when you drop Bad Girl, every time everybody's up, no matter where I am.
Bad Girl's
Whether I'm in
fantastic.
Australia, New York, Los Angeles, Seattle, it don't matter. Lovers and Friends, this the biggest record that never happened. We never did a video for that record.
Really?
We never promoted that record. That's how much people love that song.
Well, and it was off the 10 million selling amazing album.
No.
Right? Wait, what?
No,
what was
it was
Bad
on
Girl?
it was Bad Girl. You talking about Bad Girl, you talking about Lovers and Friends.
I love it. Excuse me, Lovers. Bad Girl was on which album?
Bad Girl was on Confessions.
Yeah, Bad Girls was on. That sold 10 million copies.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Lovers and Friends.
No. Bad Girl sold 10 million copies. That had what? That had Confessions.
Yep.
It had was.
That's why I'm surprised you didn't name Confessions either. I
Confessions, big record, but
Confessions,
it had
it's a monster. That song's a
Throwback was
monster.
on that album, produced by the amazing Just Blaze, which is amazing, with Jada Kiss
Throwback's
on it.
phenomenal. Throwback's
amazing.
phenomenal. That's great. Don't get gas off yourself. So like, that's my song. No, it's literally your song.
So look, what we're about to do right now, Ebro in the morning. Usher's taking over the program. We might as well play Bad Girl. We might as well play Throwback, Lovers and Friends. What else should we get to?
I want to play Think of You too. I know it's old, but Think of You is a great record.
Yeah,
You're not into it?
No, I love it. Of course.
Do you play that out? Do you play that show?
Listen, I play Think of You. I play My Way. I got everything that you would not expect to be in this show, because I just want people to understand the journey. It's far too often that people have not understood one side from the other, because I got a whole different range of
And
fans.
they forget.
But they don't. Some of them don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, look, the mentor on The Voice." They don't even know I have records.
You don't want to mention. No one even says the words "You make me wanna."
You make
Yo,
me
you
wanna.
make me wanna.
No one even
Body.
said that. I mean, that was a
Dumb.
smash.
Nuts.
Are you
crazy?
Are you prepared for the?
I got a lot of them.
Yeah, I know a lot. But you just mentioned that the younger generation. I was going to ask you this earlier.
Yep.
So obviously, everyone who's coming to the show is going to be excited to see Usher.
Yep.
100%. However, there is going to be a segment of a couple thousand teenagers.
Yeah.
Who are going to send their hormone-driven screams more at August than you. Is that weird? Because you were August, and now their moms might be throwing it at you, and they're throwing it at August.
No. I am Usher. I'll never be August.
So you're good. You don't.
man, this guy, man.
Well said.
And I don't want to be. But what I want to be is a guiding light, so that he understands how to be here. So yeah, you should have that. That's what we want. We want you to be the biggest. We want you to continue to grow and go in the right direction. He's gonna, especially if he has the right influences around and the right people to keep him on track. And that right there is why he's there.
That's dope, man. I like this guy.
Yeah, this
He
guy's
should come back more often.
This guy's grown up a lot, man.
The
The shenanigans me, him, and Pecos used to be up to.
But you keep talking about him, but you don't tell us what it is.
I can't. He's a father now. These are things that fathers don't talk about.
Right. There's a code amongst men.
You
It was bad.
What do you mean?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Usher Raymond. Yo.
November 7th, Madison Square Garden.
Anything that we didn't, we got to the tour. Did we leave anything out that's in your mind? You're like, yo, I need to make sure I address this before I'm off this radio.
The Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, LeBron James comes home. I'm still, owner I'm still there. Just want to make sure y'all know that.
I didn't remember. I got to be honest.
I'm
Didn't
just
even
saying.
remember that. You didn't either.
I just
Don't
wanna
lie.
make-
Completely forgot.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to highlight that, but I just want to say, this is gonna be an incredible year, and y'all got a great year coming too.
The Knicks.
You know? Yeah.
Well, he's a Bullets or a Wizards fan.
And Celtics.
And a Celtics
Our first
fan.
game is, we heads up. Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Knicks, Cavs.
Yeah.
That starts.
Where's
the
it
season.
at? Is it in Cleveland?
It's in Cleveland. Yeah.
Yo, why don't you send me
come on out. Yeah, come on out.
Come out there. It's in the suite.
Come on out.
What? How many owners are there?
On the ownership group, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
Bunch of. There's a little crew.
Yeah, it's a group.
Is it fun? Is that part fun?
Being an owner, yeah, of course, of a franchise that's
About
had
to.
a resurgence the way we have. I mean, and hey, I think everybody.
Yo, I can't believe we forgot that.
Yeah, I think everybody in essence kind of counted the Cavs out. You know what I mean? And then Kyrie Irving came in and definitely did an incredible job. And I just think that we're really set and moving in a very positive direction.
Do you believe that the Cavs will win a
Jared
a
Jack came
championship?
in. It was a cool moment. Yeah.
Will you guys win a championship within 2 years?
I mean, I don't want to make a prediction. I mean, it's too early. Let me see the first game. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at this first game. You coming, right? You gonna come?
I mean, I just need a ticket. I'll buy my own flight. I just need to be able to get in the building. I'll be good.
You come to the queue. You good?
I'll come to. We'll make a trip for this.
The Q. Didn't even know that's what they call it.
He's
Quicken
this
Lingerie,
guy.
the Q.
Come
I'm gonna start saying
on.
the Q.
Get your life
Listen,
together.
I could easily switch from supporting the Brooklyn Nets over to the Cavs. No
a
problem.
heartbeat. He could do like that. No problem.
It's a short flight. I mean, I would from the way it's looking.
It's looking good. And by the way,
Cavs, Knicks in Cleveland. I gotta see that.
just as important as what's happening with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving's puppy on Snapchat is adorable. I just want to say that. It is an amazing. Have you seen it? It's a major dog.
I want you to see this.
I know. I'm going to show it to you, Laura. It's iconic.
Yo, if you weren't married,
The questions that would be out there.
yo,
I like puppies, so what?
Hey man, me too. Come on now, stop. Check that out.
Oh, you see? It's not only us.
Come on,
And
man.
now where are you, Ebro?
always
Because
making
Usher's
fun
got
of
the
us.
dog on his phone, and there's my dog on
yo,
my phone.
if you weren't married, I'd be like, yo, my G.
He gives us a hard time because all we do is watch puppy videos.
They watch puppy videos all day. I'm trying to work.
Oh, what kind of dog is this?
That's
Amazing.
she's a golden doodle.
Is that a puppy picture?
Yeah.
I love golden doodles. I'm a golden doodle guy. I'll be honest.
You give it up on corgis?
No, I love corgis, but golden doodles
y'all
are
look,
amazing.
for real. Look at my IG. A
Lot of dog.
Yo, for real though. The play on the dog, like when they see you put your dog up,
It's the
there's
greatest.
dog lovers out there. They go
No,
ham.
it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing the daughter first, then I'm gonna get the dog.
Yeah, take
I'm
it
gonna
easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm easing into it. I'm easing into the
One at a
golden
time.
doodle.
I mean, listen, Labradoodle, golden doodle, all the doodles. They're very cute dogs.
Yo, Usher, I apologize to the audience too, man. We looked right past the Cavs. People forget that, man.
Yeah, I mean, what? I mean,
You've been in the ownership group what, 6
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
Look there, look, I can't even do a goddamn interview. Y'all looking at puppies.
Now we're all about it.
Oh, there's a camel on
Yo,
his Instagram.
fam, are we gonna
Okay.
wrap up the interview or keep talking
We
about
already
puppies?
wrapped it up 3 times. I've checked out. I'm looking at the dog now.
Usher, thank you, man.
My
Thanks,
G.
Usher.
Word.
Always.